What is going on, guys? XFL Games here, and today I got a little commentary about literally what just happened to me, and like it was just the dumbest thing on the face of the planet. So I was looking through YouTube, right, and in my subscriptions obviously I have Optic Nade Shot. Like I follow Optic Nade Shot, I follow Crim6, Formal, Nade Shot, Scumpy, Hex, all of them. Like I follow everybody in Optic. That's my team, man. That's my squad. Not really, but for real, I was watching some of his videos, and obviously recently he's been talking about that Red Velvet Oreo milkshake at BK. So I'm like, you know what? I've seen like 10 videos of this. I want a Red Velvet milkshake from BK. So knowing the places around here, I'm like, okay, I've got to call ahead of time. Make sure they got it. Make sure everything's cool. Got it all calm and collected. Meanwhile, my girlfriend's at guitar lesson, and she's just, you know, doing a thing. And that comes into play later in the story. I'll explain why. So I call BK off my laptop. I call him via Google Voice, and basically it rang for about a minute and a half, and then somebody picks up. Well, immediately after they pick up, I can hear people talking, and they hang up, and I'm like, okay, I know how it is. I get it. That's fine. So I call again. After I call again, it's busy, and it says, this is busy. And then I call again, same thing. After a couple more times of calling, I kind of give up. And I'm like, okay, well, they're not gonna pick up, and I know they're not busy because Burger King around here is never busy. It's just like McDonald's is the only one that gets a rush hour, and anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out and get myself that Red Velvet milkshake. So I go upstairs and I talk to my dad, and I'm like, hey, you want anything while I'm out? Because I'm gonna run out and grab me a Red Velvet Oreo milkshake from BK. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. And then I look at my stepmom, and she's like, no. And I'm like, okay. So I start to walk out the door, and I'm like, hey dad, I'm gonna go check by and see Brianna. And he's like, all right, that's fine. So first things first, I drive over to town, and I go into the music store, and I go walk in on her lesson, and she's like, oh, hey. And we talk, and we stay there for about 5 minutes. And then she wants to go with me, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just drop you off back here on my way back. So we get in the car, and I'm like, I really want this milkshake. I'm like kind of excited for it, and I explain like everything's going on. Then we get over there, and I'm like, do you want one? And we talk about it, and then after a minute or two, she's like, no, I think I'm gonna get an icy. So we go inside, and she's like, yeah, I want an icy if you're gonna get that milkshake. So go inside, and I walk up to the person at front counter, and I'm like, okay, I think I've got it figured out. So I want a medium Red Velvet Oreo milkshake. And she looks at me so distraught, like I just killed her firstborn child. And she's like, I am so sorry. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Dude, I spent probably $5 making it over there because it's like a 16 billion mile trip from my house just to go to Burger King so I could get that milkshake and have a good time with it. And you know what happens? No, I ain't getting no milkshake. That's what happens. I ain't getting no milkshake. So I'm a little upset about it, and I'm standing there and I'm like, and then I asked them if their icy machine's working, and she's like, okay, let me go check and make sure that that's actually working. So she walks over there, she checks, and it's all good. So I'm like, what do you want? And then the person on the cash register is just like, they taste pretty good when they're all mixed. And Brianna's just like, okay. So she looks at her and says she wants a small one of those, quote unquote, being the mixed one. Comes back with the drink, everything's set, final. Get out to the car, and I'm telling her how upset I am and all this stuff because I literally made like a trip, 20 miles, just to get that stupid milkshake. Like, that is upsetting, man. 20 miles to get a milkshake. Ugh. Okay, so after that, I drop by McDonald's, go to get my name put on the schedule in the back. That way, someday that I can't talk about just yet, I got a story to tell you guys, and I'm gonna be vlogging that day. I had to make sure that day was set, so that's set. And then we go in there, and I'm like, okay, I want to make something that's close to the Red Velvet. I want to make something that's close to the Red Velvet milkshake. So basically, I just get a medium chocolate milkshake with Oreos in it. Have the manager come over because, you know, I work there. I know how it goes. So I want the person that actually knows what they're doing to mix it and make sure they get it right. So they use the McFlurry machine, and I'm like, okay, thanks. So get out to the car, let Brianna try it. Then we head back over to her music store where our car is parked at, and then I depart home. And that's pretty much how it went. But good gosh, man, I just wanted that milkshake. I just wanted it so bad. I've never wanted that, like, anything food-wise so bad in my life, and I don't know why. I guess like recently watching Nade Shot like get that milkshake, it just I'm gonna tweet this at Nadeshot. Now, Nadeshot, if you're watching this, you hit me up, alright? Hit me up with that BK Red Velvet Life, because I'm wanting some of that. I don't know if you're actually gonna watch this video, but hey, if you do, like, comment or something, and make my day, man. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy. Nadeshot, if you're watching, I love you. It's creepy, but, you know, yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.